the Rangers Look at the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
And my name is Arnaz, but wait, what is that, Steve?
Alright, so what we have here is the TrendMasters Micro Playset. This one in particular is the Godzilla vs. MechaGodzilla in Los Angeles.
Now, I seen that you have one in a box. Why are we doing the box? People need to see the box, Steve.
Because it's... I guess per the Destroying the Value moniker, I should open it. But my problem is the box is so nice on the one I got. And it's the harder one to get a hold of. Because it's Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Now, it's not like the Final Wars one, because, oh my god, I would never open those if I ever got one sealed in the box.
That bad?
They barely released any.
Oh.
So, yeah, they get kind of pricey. Like, even, like, this one, the way it sits, is about $50. If you want to get. If you got all those parts, $50 is a pretty fair price. If I had the package, you're looking more like about $200 currently.
It's cardboard! Cardboard!
Like, I'd say, like, reasonable price be more like $150, but I've seen them sold for higher.
Yeah.
So, it is a thing. Because these guys are just... Because the issue is like, they're just so easy to lose the parts.
Yeah.
Because there's just a lot of random stuff. So, I currently don't have the package, but... I can show you the other package, but it wouldn't really matter because it's not this one.
It's not the same thing, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get you to open
Comparison-wise, you guys can see the box, because I'll bring it down here for that. But for right now, we're just going to go over this little set. So, some of the other ones that they did, we previously did Destroying the Value of a Rodan one, because I got a Rodan in the package. But the package on it was so bad, I just decided to open it.
Yeah.
Like, I got it for... The fun thing was, I got it for only... I think I spent $20. And the guy was like, hey, got it for a steal. Like, the guy felt like I was, like, getting... Like, he was like, $20 seems like... Yeah, he's like, it's an old figure. And he's like, he pretty much was valiant like it was old. So he was like, so this one's $20. And I'm like, okay. You got me. Even though, like I said, like, it in the package, I've seen bad ones going for, like, 100. So, I feel like I was winning there. But, anyways, like I said, there's, like, a Rodan one, there's a Ghidorah one, there's this MechaGodzilla one, and then there's ones that, like, but they all have the same heads. But then there's also some other heads, like, there's a Mecha King Ghidorah one, there's a MechaGodzilla one, there's a Space Godzilla one. Those ones get pricey.
There's a lot of them, actually.
And don't quote me on it, but I think there's one like this that comes with a Biolante. But that's a Final Wars one.
That would be kind of cool, actually.
I would love to have that one, but again, Final Wars ones get pricey. So right now I just mainly have the King of the Monsters ones. But I have all the King of the Monsters ones, so we're good to go. Just not in the package. But anyway, since he's currently not in his plastic prison, let's get into it. So first and foremost, we'll start with the Godzilla head, which I always thought was super gnarly looking on these ones. Where you got this nice, like, translucent red eye.
The one thing that is cool about him is his actual eyes. They're kind of neat.
Yeah, you can also see, like, the stuff.
Oh, is that what that is in there?
Yeah, there's, like, parts of the buildings are right there. But the teeth are all nice, jagged, and gnarly looking. A couple, like, little paint scuffs, but a lot of that's going to be mainly because how it works. It's just going to happen at some point. Plus, this one I actually got pre-owned. This is the only one I've gotten that wasn't in the package originally when I purchased it. But it was in such nice shape that I didn't really care. Like, outside of, like, the couple there, it's not too bad. But the nostrils on the front look really nice. And it's, like, traditional Heisei looking. Like, you can't really mistake in this Godzilla look for any of the other ones.
Definitely.
Like, it's even got the ears on the side here. The scaling on it's very nice.
The nose looks weird.
Although I will say that the way the scaling is, it almost looks like he should be fuzzy.
Oh, like when you look at it from the front, it looks like an alligator.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, because a lot of it's like the mouth's really elongated. So
yeah.
It definitely has that look. It's also kind of like Zilla-y because the flat bottom here, which is very similar. But you do have a hole on the bottom here, which is pretty much common on all of them. This one, I think, has to do with the gimmick. Yeah, because this part can pop down. So you pop it up using the bottom here. But some of the other ones, like the water effect, I think was over top. So like that's how you pop the water effect out, stuff like that. And then when you open it up, you get a lot of desert terrain. But before we set up the buildings and then show you the little minifigures, but you get this little excavation site here, the little dinosaur in the bottom section. You get this road here that leads out to this platform, which can go up and down as per the gimmick. You also have what kind of looks like one of those like ammo bunkers, like military bunkers where they'd shoot out of. There's even like a little turret right there.
What? Really?
Yeah. Then this little... I have no idea what that is. It looks kind of like a mouse. But some stickers along the side here with some caution tape.
Did you put those stickers on there, or did they come on?
Well, remember, I got this pre-owned, so... But they would have already been on here. Like, when you get these, they're already set.
Oh.
And as you can see, whoever put mine on didn't do that good of a job. But anyways, opposite side, more desert terrain, but you do have this little platform here. Some raised platforms here around the edge here. And then your little city here, you got some exploding right there. Bases of the buildings. And then this kind of knocked over one here and some vegetation. And more roads. But outside of that, some like little smashed cars here at the top. It's like a bus. But not too bad. Like not the craziest amount of detail, but gives you enough to really know what you're looking at. And then what's cool is when you open this up, this is where all the monsters are hidden and all the parts. Also, I believe you can just lift this up to get to the undersection.
I was going to say,
it'll make it easier.
It's going to be possible to get everything out through that little hole.
But you can kind of have it set up like Godzilla's emerging out of this section here. And then MechaGodzilla's like here, so you can raise it up like so. Actually, I guess first and foremost, we should go over the Kaijus here. So we got this tiny little MechaGodzilla, who looks like he's doing like a kung fu punch.
It's actually kind of adorable.
Right? He's got a little bit of yellow on the eyes, but for the rest of the Kaiju, just a metallic silver.
Yellow on the eyes? Damn, Bandai and NECA, you guys got to step up your game. If a little figure like that can have colored eyes, what do you guys do?
Right? But the metallic looks pretty nice on it. Not too much else to say other than it looks like a MechaGodzilla. There's also little Godzilla, which I believe is the exact same for each of the sets. Has some metallic silver here for the dorsal spines, which is kind of weird looking, but never really bugged me as a kid. Like, I think it should have been like a bone white color, but it works. And it's probably cheaper because MechaGodzilla silver, so you kind of use the same paint. But then again, like, the buildings are white, so I don't know. It's also got some little red here for the eyes. Not sure if I can focus very well, but there is some red paint there for the eyes. Got some bone coloring for the teeth. The nails are even painted.
That's what I'm telling you. I feel like these companies...
like back in the day.
People put effort into things they did.
Right? Like, it's just these little sets. Like, there's, like, not much going on with this little guy here, but, like, just paint-wise, already impressive. Alright, so I guess you guys can see while I'm doing this, but... Get this building. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing. Because for the most part, the stuff was meant to fall over pretty easy. Which is weird because these kind of figures sets are more... Like, I always felt like you're supposed to be traveling with these. So, like, you travel and you could play with them.
Yeah.
You could take them on the move. But, like, these Godzilla sets were so bad because it's just, like, nothing really stayed in place because it's meant to be destructive. So you'd set it up to play with it, but then you would lose all this stuff in your car. Now I gotta remember exactly because this is Hollywood. I think it'd be nice if I actually put it in there. But yes, you got your wood, got your holly. I don't know where all these stands go. There's a power plant. I think that's over here, if I'm not mistaken. This building is somewhere back here. Now, power poles. I think one's probably supposed to go here. Oh, actually, I have to stand up. I can't see holes. Looks like one. Right? Just not used to sticking them inside of things, you know? Oh, alright, so there we go. Got our Godzilla monster playset. So I guess we'll start with the back here so you guys can, see how this is supposed to be, but you would have like this here. Your Godzilla rises out of the thing, and then he just comes over here and starts smashing everything. So you just smash the Hollywoods around. Knock over that building. Knock over that building. No, MechaGodzilla's supposed to stop Godzilla. Jeez. Haven't you watched the movie?
No, I guess not.
But anyways, Godzilla goes smashy, smashy, smashy. So on the other side, MechaGodzilla sees what's going on. The platform rises. MechaGodzilla's drunk, so he's kind of falling off it. Oh god, I think his tail's making the thing stuck. There we go. So finish rising. And then, since you got MechaGodzilla over, knocks that thing over because he's upset too. Knocks it down. Rah, 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 rah. Then you just kind of have them meet in the middle and then they fight. And then they go like fall into the nuclear power pit that we just made. Godzilla could get banished back to this thing. Gives you a lot to play with it, you know? No, I think the only thing as a kid was like I liked collecting these sets and I would have them set up and then I would kind of leave them alone for the most part because like I'd play with it for like I'd get like 10-20 minutes of good times out of this. And then I would just kind of have it set up as like a little mini display.
The only thing is there isn't too much to it, I guess would be the best way to say it.
Yeah, there's only like so much you can really do. But if you like started collecting the other sets, you could kind of connect the heads, if you will. So you could have like the other playset over here.
Build a colony.
Yeah, sort of. Something like the other monsters could kind of get involved because it gave you more locations to play on, if you will.
Yeah.
But by itself, like, give you a little bit of a good time. And for good comparisons, well, the only comparison, because there isn't really a good way to show off the heads next to other stuff. Like, you're buying the heads because you're buying the heads. But here it is with the other two that I have with the Godzilla versus Ghidorah in San Francisco set still mint on the card. So you guys can kind of see, like, how the card would have been set up. And it just pretty much what it came with a different card in the background. Plus, the heads would have replicated what was in there. Then this one is the other one we've already done for the Destroying the Value one, which was the Rodan set, and Statue of Liberty's falling out. If you guys want to check that one out, card will be up there. But other than that, you can see on the back too, it would have showed pretty much everything the playset would have had to do with it. And as you can see, there's the other two in the set. But pretty neat packaging. I always really liked how like Godzilla's shooting his blast up at the top. And for the most part, like this one's gonna always stay contained because it's always nice to have like one thing on still on the old cards. But the other ones, well, they kind of, like I mentioned earlier, they kind of sit like that too. So, anyways, moving on. So overall for the TrendMasters Godzilla micro playset of Godzilla vs. MechaGodzilla in Los Angeles, this thing's pretty sweet.
The thing is, it's like these things are amazing. But they're not worth the price that people are asking for them.
I know, like this is from 1994.
I mean, I get like they're old, they're collectible, they're cool, but there's not like okay. You take everything else out, you just leave the toy. There's not much to them.
Well, I feel like the reason you'd buy these nowadays is kind of like what I did with a kid when I got bored of playing with this. Is you buy it, you set it up like a little diorama. You have it on your office or your desk or something, and you just leave it.
I don't know, like
so then you got like a little movie scene going on your desk with some Godzilla teeth.
I would love to get some of the older, like the other movies of them, you know, but
I think some of the other play sets I think make for better discussion pieces, like the Alien micro play set. Literally, it's like the entire Alien movie in one play set.
Yeah, and how much is it?
It's awesome. God, I could have bought one a while back, but it was like, I think the guy wanted about $100, but it was in the box. It looked really nice. I was tempted.
Oh, you should.
But there's like a Predator one of those. Plus, there's like other movies, like Independence Day has them. I think the Star Wars ones are probably the coolest ones.
Yeah.
To be fair, because you get like scenes from the movies. Well, this is like, I don't recall Godzilla and MechaGodzilla ever fighting in Los Angeles, but. Still neat.
It's cool.
You got Hollywood.
I wish they made stuff like this now these days.
I'd be inclined to buy them, but again, it'd be the same thing. Like I'd buy it, set it up as like a little display, and then leave it alone. Like even the older ones, it'd be if I bought them, mostly put it together, display it, leave it alone. But these ones actually, I keep them closed because of how temperamental the buildings are. I don't want to lose pieces, and I have a little puggle that'll eat everything.
Yeah.
So for the most part, the heads are just like sitting around all over the place, but they're closed and kept and safe. But if I had like a detail I could put them in or some glass case, I'd be more inclined to have them displayed.
buy a bunch more, just display them all in a glass case. It would be neat.
So if you guys can find these things for fairly inexpensive, like I think 50's not like bad for a loose one, especially for how old it is, because like these sets you don't really see as often as just the normal TrendMaster figures, and also just complete them, period. But this is more for us adults.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't buy this for a kid, because you're going to be paying an arm and a leg, and again, stuff's just going to get lost. Like you're buying this because you want to relive your childhood, and I think that the price for these things nowadays isn't too bad, but I would try not to buy them in the package as much as possible. But what do you guys think? Have you guys picked up these micro playsets? What's your guys' favorite micro playsets in general? Or is Mighty Max just more your thing? Please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook. If you guys like to keep up to date with the channel and donate, would greatly appreciate it. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.